Yesterday's finalist Jeff Smith against Darren Penhall. Now, I'll be honest, I don't know a great deal about Darren Penhall. If you search for him on the internet,
25, so
you can
Darren's
find he's got a darts database page. Big up to my darts database Mandem, people who like flicking through that particular website. Now that says he's Australian. I'm 99.9% certain
83.
He's not. Because I think, having furiously done a bit of research, I think he's down from the southwest of England.
180.
I know that Jeff Smith's from Canada. I'll tell you that much. I think Darren Penhall, I believe he's 47
59.
from down sort of Plymouth kind of way. Is that the Cornish flag that he's got on his shirt there? Or is that a Devon? I'm not sure. Anyway, hang on. Jeff Smith only hit 8 180s in 7 games yesterday. He's kicked off 180-180 in the first game today and left himself on 141. Twice we saw the perfect leg hit yesterday. Can Jeff Smith, the silencer, produce one here? It's on. Oh, well, interesting. He'd gone treble 16 to leave double 18, which is a double he absolutely adores.
121.
So, Jeff Smith goes 7 darts into the 9. He is averaging 160 right now. Drink that in. Double 10 for a 10 darter. What a start from Jeff Smith. 11 or 12 will do. In fact,
game shot.
Any number, because Darren Penhall's not on a finish. But that is an 11 darter on double 10, 7 darts into the 9, break of throw. Jeff Smith has picked up where he left off yesterday. Magnificent. Darren Penhall came through Q School
80.
in Wigan just, 2 or 3 weeks ago. He was not even a player that was being discussed by people. He sort of slipped in under the radar with a run on the final day to just creep through on points.
140.
Now he's got this chance. We've got a few players from down that part of the world. Ryan Searle from Devon, Somerset Way. We've got Simon Stevenson, the Mirror Man,
59.
from the same sort of area as Darren Penhall. There's a Facebook group for, I think, might be Plymouthian darters. Darren Penhall, I think, had made a couple of finals recently. And he can evidently play a bit because he's piled in a 180 there. Yesterday, he managed to win his opening game beating Steve West.
78.
Won that 165. He then found himself 5-2 up on Mike van Dijvenbode, only to lose at 6-5.
80 scored, yeah.
Looks good. Looking very good for a break back immediately.
137.
Oh, look at this. Jeff Smith, I'll see your 11 darter and hit one right back at you, potentially. If the former Lakeside finalist and World Cup winner Jeff
94.
Smith thought you might be able to bully this new lad in his second day of PDC action, then he might have another thing coming. Double top. Down for double 10.
Game shot.
How about this? What a start to the game. 11 darter Smith, 12 darter Penhall, 1 apiece in this one, both averaging around about the 105, 106 mark. 2 180s for Smith, as you see there, the first 2 visits of the match for him. Just the 1 for Penhall.
100.
Winner of this to face Daryl Gurney, of course. We do have games going on all around Barnsley.
100.
You can check it all on the Dart Connect system. Wins already for Michael Van Gogh, and he's seen off Harry Ward. Jamie Hughes, 104 average for Yozza. He's 162 against Robert Thornton. Peter Wright with 102 average has beaten Marco Cantala, the Finn.
81.
100 average from the Ferret, Johnny Clayton. He's seen off Darren Webster. Glenn Durrant and Christoph Ratajski both averaging 99 in 6-4 and 6-3 wins, respectively.
125.
Smith can't produce a third 180 just yet, but it's good standard this. Rob Cross is out. beaten in a last leg decider by the charismatic Lithuanian Darius Labanauskas.
100.
So that's the biggest name to fall so far. Luke Humphries must be wondering what he's got to do. Yesterday, he lost in the first round with 106 average. Today,
43.
He's gone down 6-5, despite averaging 96. That's 9 points more than his opponent, Dave Chisnell. It is a blank weekend for Luke Humphries, where he has not picked up a solitary pound sterling, and yet he's got an average for the weekend of 100. He will be feeling particularly hard done by.
58.
80 left for Darren Penhall. Looking very good. And then over the top.
60.
Not quite. Just trying to figure out who his throw reminds me of, Darren Penhall. Not going to see Jeff Smith take the 144.
58.
It's very deliberate. There's a it's sort of slightly Wes Newton-y. He doesn't quite arch his back like Newton, but he does sort of lean back a little bit in that Wes Newton way.
10.
But 3 misses at double 10 could cost him the leg. Jeff Smith loves the 18 segment. That's why.
Game
Not
shot.
bad at the double 16 bid either. 2-1, it's a third breaker throw. Darren Penhall, 4 missed starts to take the lead in this one. Nathan Aspinall has won his opening game 6-1. Ian White has won his opening game 6-1. Adrian Lewis has seen off Boris Karchmar.
140.
Martin Schindler has whitewashed Callan Ridds. 6-0 win for little Shindy. What a first round game that is. Damon Heta versus Mensur Suljevic. Mensur has won it 6-3, both men averaging in the 90s. Good contest. James Wade has beaten Nathan Derry by 6 legs to 1. I think that brings you up to date with the completed games, although Max Hopp looks like his game is going to be completed very quickly because he's 5-0 down to Peter Jakes. Justin Pipe, another darter from the
100.
southwest, in action over on board 6. He's 1-0 up on Richard North. All of this stuff at tv.dartconnect.com. You can follow every single game, visit by visit.
134.
But I'll tell you what, you want to stick with this one because I have to say I'm very impressed with Darren Penhall. I mean, everybody's been impressed with Jeff Smith this weekend.
140.
But this is really solid from Penhall. Apparently made a final back in December of a tournament local to him.
87.
Down in Plymouth. Only beaten in a last leg decider in the final by Kyle Anderson, who's the one tour card holder who's not here this weekend, of course. Oh, just the wrong side of the wire. So Jeff Smith has a chance to open up a 2-leg advantage for the first time in this game.
59 left. Sorry, he said 59 left.
Just making sure he knows what he needs.
117.
Okay, well, that's fair enough.
Game shot.
As is that. Jeff Smith showing no mercy. Very impressed with Darren Penhall at the minute. He's averaging a point more than Jeff Smith. 102, in fact. But the silencer is the man getting the job done, and it's all come down to those 4 missed darts at double in the third leg.
45. $57. 59.
Real nice combination,
100.
Jeff Smith's throw of precise and relaxed. You can see he's lining every dart up, but then once he decides that he knows what he's doing, then it's just a real sort of flow in motion.
100.
It seems a bit more rigid from Penhall, but I think he looks really promising, to be honest.
40.
Not sure what expectations Darren Penhall have. His first taste of PDC darts. He had played Q School last year, and he played a bit of Challenge Tour, and he picked up 200 quid on the Challenge Tour last year. In about 8 events. But that doesn't necessarily mean that if he's playing week in, week out on the tour for the next 2 years, that he couldn't make significant
64.
steps forward and really find a level that he's not reached before. Oh, that's unfortunate. Clatters off that blocker dart and into the 1 segment. And a 140 here would leave Jeff Smith on a 2-darter.
105.
I'm not sure I really understand that. How about that from Darren Penhall? 133 checkout, treble 20, treble 19, double.
$137. $135.
Well, you'd have to say, from the performances so far, whoever wins this game, it looks like Jeff Smith is the man in charge.
58.
Although when I spoke to him earlier on, the Dart Show wanted to do a little interview with him. He felt that he was in control of a lot of games yesterday and let players back in when he should have closed them out.
100.
Certainly that happened against Peter Wright. In the quarterfinals, he was in a commanding lead, 5-1 or 5-2 up. Went all the way to a last leg decider.
83.
But whoever wins this, you kind of fancy their chances against Daryl Gurney, who's a top 10 player in the world, but has not played at this standard
58.
so far this weekend. Penhall just dropping a dart, so Jeff Smith having to reset. Does seem like refreshingly untroubled
100.
by expectation or pressure or anything like that, Jeff Smith. Speaking to him earlier on, he's still, you know, he's not thinking about targets or qualifying for anything. He's just enjoying. He feels like he's got nothing to lose. He's just over here, finally gets a chance to play PDC darts regularly. Can just
41.
see what happens. Just go and play darts and find out what doors it opens for him. Now then. Oh, he's missed the 16 segment. Could look at 9 here. Yeah, he does like leaving that double 18 wherever possible, Jeff Smith. I would think that he probably makes more use of double 18 than anybody else in PDC darts right now.
82.
Joe Cullen used to do it a lot, doesn't do it so much anymore. Rob Cross obviously uses it quite a bit. Oh, now then. There it is. There it is. There's a sense of inevitability with Jeff Smith and double 18. He's still averaging 3 points less than Darren Penhall, but he finds himself 4-2 up. Taking the opportunities when they are presented.
80.
That's an unfortunate one. Great looking dart.
100.
Oh, it was absolute. The first one was just begging to be followed, and for the second time in this match, Jeff Smith kicks off with a 180. The last time he did it, he followed it with another to leave himself on the 9. If he does that here,
100.
it is a gigantic step towards breaking the Penhall throw again and effectively putting this game to bed. Oh, it's another perfect one.
140.
Well, just the 5 perfect darts this time around, but Jeff Smith turning the screw.
$60. $65.
Well, leaves the 116 Jeff Smith, which 2 darts in the 20 segment. If one of them finds the treble, then it leaves that double 18 of which he's so fond. And Penhall, I mean, surely go for the 17s or something, surely.
60.
You've blocked most of the treble 20 bed. There's room for improvement for Penhall, but he looks like he's got the raw ingredients to be a really dangerous dart player. Why is he doing that? When you love double 18, why would you do that?
60.
I genuinely have no idea why. Explain that to me, please. Somebody. Because he's probably going to go 20 for double 18 is he? Or is he going to go 16 tops? Who knows?
59.
Yeah, so he's going 20 for double 18. So why was he not going 20 and treble 20 for double 18 in the first place? Who knows? Jeff Smith, do what you like, mate.
Game shot.
Do what you like. Double 18 again. The silencer leaves double 18. The silencer wins the leg. That's how this works. It's a 94 average. It's good. It's perhaps not quite as good as we saw from most of yesterday's performances, but it is still good against a player who really did push him
57.
in the early stages of this match, Darren Penhall. I think, yes, all right, he missed an opportunity yesterday to reach his board final. 5-2 up and lost 6-5 in his second round game. But to come here in his first weekend of PDC darts, get a win under his belt against a real experienced campaigner like Steve West. Play some decent
41.
stuff here against a world finalist. I think that's a platform upon which he can build.
$100. $91. $100.
Oh, maybe Jeff Smith thought this game was won because he's not started this leg well.
134.
Bucking his ideas up, but Penhall should be first to a finish. Could be double top. No, that was nearly in double top.
140.
It does leave him 80. Well, there'll be pressure on this.
100.
Okay. Like that. That's a sensible use of the bullseye there from Jeff Smith. 20 for tops. He had a look at this shot earlier on. He was unable to pin it.
Game shot.
But he makes amends this time around. Darren Penhall has broken the Smith throw. It's the second time he's managed to do that in this game. He's still averaging a point more than the Canadian, but he has to win the last 3 legs. 2 of them are on throw, though. $100. $96. $140. Solid stuff. I think Darren Penhall is going to take a few scalps this year. And he's 5-2 up and lost 6-5 yesterday in his second round game. So not to say he couldn't take us another scalp here today against Jeff Smith, but it's difficult to turn this around against a man who has shown already that he's in great form this weekend. But he looks a very dangerous player. Oh, how about this?
133.
133 leaves the 135. Jeff Smith left this by choice earlier on. He didn't get a go at the 135, but he is going to get a go at it here. And it'll start on the bullseye for Jeff Smith.
26.
Oh, that's a shocker. Treble 20. Leaves the bull for the match.
110.
And one match dart is missed by the silencer. The likelihood is he gets more, but Penhall has the same equation. Will it be the same result? No, it will not. Not exactly anyway. The ultimate result is that he doesn't get the leg, and so Jeff Smith has got match darts incoming.
85.
Spirited display, some good stuff. I think there's encouraging signs for Darren Penhall. Encouraging signs for Southwest Darts in general.
Game shot.
But Jeff Smith, the Canadian, pins double 8. And the man who went all the way to the final yesterday in his first appearance on the PDC Tour since winning his card at Q School is off and winning again.